Hello, everybody. Happy 4th of July. Eduardo, Chappies, Sally, Juan, Jake, Bill, Ian, Cam, 897, Bearish Bull, Island Dan, Old Ahab. What is going on, everybody?
What's going on, everyone? Happy 4th of July. Happy Independence Day. Yo, hit those like buttons. Let's light that thing up like the 4th of July.
Anonymous, does Brad like Jason Casper? Yeah, I like Jason Casper. I'm boozed out of my mind. Sally, when are you not? No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, I like Jason Casper. I have no issues with him at all. No credits. What is up? So we're going to do a quick update on Bitcoin, and then we are going to jump into what we were going to do last week, which is our Sunday night market update, where we look for some plays in the stock market. We're going to try to take a peek and, maybe look at some options, maybe look at some stock plays, and we'll take a peek at the futures market as well. Scott Ski, what's up? JD, happy 4th to you as well. He said, been waiting all damn day.
Keep trying to leave me, bro.
Oh, I was still in there. I don't know what happened. The volume cut off. All right. So you can see I've kind of changed the template a bit. The only thing that I really did was just add the clusters back on. That was it. And that was just because I was trying to see a couple of profile shapes to see kind of what was going on. So we can see over the weekend, if we zoom out a bit, that we've had some nice up moves, traded up here, hit a range, traded up through the range, and then we got to here, right? And this is this is where we took a trade in the Discord. It was 35,650. We took a trade, and we hit both of our profit targets. Let's see, I'm trying to find the Discord. So for those of you guys that don't know, we are having our TPO Bootcamp starting tomorrow on Monday. It's going to be at noon Pacific time for 2 hours per day for 5 days. Now I put you on in the kitchen. Nice, Sally. And so here are the two alerts that we were talking about today. So I said I'm looking for a long entry here, 35,650. Profit target 1, or take profit 1 was 358. Take profit 2 was 35,917. 35,8. 35,917 gets hit a little bit lower, actually. Just make this line a little bit straighter for you guys. It's about right there where we hit that second one, like right below it. And this was just a quick pop. And the reason I liked this trade is because we had a nice up move, right? We had these singles below. We had this nice up move. We had this look below and fail, right? We came back into a little bit of value down here, a little bit of structure, kind of touched the top of that, didn't like it, started to come back up, tested that top, came back down, and when we came back down, we just bounced right off the bottom of structure, and then we got a nice little blast up. And then immediately, once I had taken that second profit, I kind of saw a reversal coming because of what was happening up here at our level, right? We popped above our level, so our impulse zone was right here. We popped above it and then didn't hold it very well. Started to come back, and so then I posted an aggressive short setting up. 35,630 would be the entry. Take profit 1 would be 35,478. Take profit 2 would be 35,383. And I said very high risk, and it's based off the rejection of the higher price new bar in 3 minutes. Right? And so, you know, like I was saying, we get up here and immediately start to turn around. Right? This bar comes down, and we see it right at the top of structure. And it just sits there for a second, right at the top of structure. It's just kind of sitting there. All right. So this is where we decided to get in, and my key, right, knowing that if it came back down into structure and I saw a bounce, I was going to cut that trade short, right? But we pushed straight through structure. We got to the bottom of structure, hit both of our profit targets, you know, fairly quickly, and then. So I took the profits. We saw a little bounce. Where did the bounce come back into? Back into our market structure. Entered another short on the break of the lows, and pushed this baby all the way down. Right. So these trades were quick, and if you're not on the computer and you didn't see the post, it was because I posted it in the TPO Bootcamp class. Right, I'm still active in both of the discords. Just coming up this week, I'm going to be, you know, putting my full focus on the people that are going through the boot camp. Right, that way we can get all of these people on, you know, up to speed, or, you know, close to as efficient as possible, and they can start helping you guys as well. Right, we're a pay it forward type of community, so. You know, once we get these first 50 people up to speed, then they will start, you know, paying it forward, right? And then I put out another post that said that we're up over 1,000 points in this short. So if you took the short and held on to the runner, or if you added to the short like I did, then you want to make sure you're not just gonna hold it forever and let it come back up into the structure, right? And when you're setting up these targets, right? So my targets, when I took this shorted here, my target was just the center of structure and the low of structure, right? Came down, took profits, got a bounce, and then came back down, right? No reason to sit through this, right? You can, I mean, it never really showed any signs of getting out. It's just I was going to be away from the computer for a second. So I just was like, well, let me just get out. It got to the VWAP, started fighting on the VWAP, and price basically held right here for, I don't know, probably 15 minutes. And then it just went little poopski, right? It was like the opposite of, it was like, you know, when you see somebody and they're like, you know, it's 4th of July and they're all pumped up and they're gonna shoot a Roman candle, right? And they're like, oh yeah, this thing's gonna blast off, and then all of a sudden it backfires and lights them on fire. That's what it was like. Because what happened right here is you get a bunch of people just fighting over this VWAP, so you've got buyers coming in from the bottom, you've got sellers coming in from the top, and it's basically a battle of who's going to win, right? The reason I like the sellers at this point is because of where we're at, right? And you wouldn't really necessarily be able to understand that without understanding where your market structure's at, right? I talked about this on Friday, on Friday, about we have these market structures lining up completely from the London session and the US session lining up, right? And so we're below that price, below market structure. So even if it does catch a little bit of a bid, it should get rejected off of this structure and then head back down. If not, that's where I know I'm wrong, right? And on the inverse side, if you're a buyer, well, I mean, this thing pukes so fast, we would have had a hard time getting out. Even if you were marketing out, it would have been tough. So yeah, that was our trade. We filled these singles from the Asia session, and now we're just kind of looks like we're back into a value area or structure. Right, we see this structure over here, carry it across, and then we're back into that structure. right? So we had the classic Bitcoin up and down, like our little BMX biker right here. This is basically Bitcoin's favorite move. Is the looks like a little race car now. He's got his little bandana on. Basically like a little tabletop, right? Bitcoin loves to do this. It loves to go up and then go down. Does the same thing on the downside. It loves to do a peak down and then a pop up. It happens, all the time. So these are moves that you guys can be looking for because, patterns are going to repeat themselves, and so these are things that that you guys should be expecting. Now, what I want to do is take a peek at the overall market. So for that, we will pull over this fancy chart. And let's take a peek at the S&P 500 futures first. So we've got our time price opportunity chart on the left. We've got our volume profile on the right, just so everyone knows what we're looking at. And we can see from last week's session that we are just slowly, well, I wouldn't even say slowly anymore. We are up, right? Basically put in volume here and then popped up. You see we have this big value area here, big volume. The next day we traded just barely above it, put in a ton of good volume, popped above it, put in good volume, put in good volume, put in a lot of volume to the upside, right? So if you guys see this, if you see this huge volume or this huge time forming, and then you see the close way above it, which is this red dot right here. Let me zoom it in so you guys can see it. So we're putting in all of this time down here, right? So this is the spot where buyers and sellers are agreeing on price. This is our value area, but the close is up here, right? So that is going to tell us that price has decided to move up, right? For the futures market, for the S&P 500 futures, it's not a 24-hour market like Bitcoin, right? So typically when we see price close on the high the next day, we're going to probably, open up at that high. And what did we do? We opened up the next day right here and just shot on up, right? Creating a bunch of singles on the way up and moving on up, right? And in the current session, it looks like we are almost filling those single prints, right? We're getting close down here. We are putting a decent amount of volume down here, but there was a good amount of volume done up here too. So that's something to pay attention to. We do have single prints on the way down from Friday's session. So I'm sure James is just waiting for both of these single prints to fill.
All day.
So we can get some lunch money, as we call it.
Yeah, lunch was the filet mignon.
Yeah. There's lunch is filet mignon for the restaurant.
But I'm happy with McDonald's, bro. So not good for my health, though.
1 second.
Go like quarter pounder with cheese or McChicken sandwich, but in Hawaii they cost $2.50 instead of $1.
Yeah, they're raising their prices for everything.
It's inflation, bro.
It's inflation.
Welcome.
Start buying cheeseburgers with Bitcoin.
Exactly, dude.
But yeah, so that is what is going on with the market.
Hey, welcome to the new people. We got Reno Mallard, and I think his name was Jackson. So first time seeing you guys in the stream. Welcome. Hope you guys are here to stay. If you guys haven't already, go ahead and click on the link to the Discord, and you guys can go find some better information in there as well. And go ahead and press that like button if you guys haven't already. Looks like there's 39 watching, about 27 likes. So we appreciate that. If you guys are learning something, just go ahead and hit that like button. Also to you guys, TPO Bootcamp starts tomorrow, and Brad and I are super excited for you guys to start the class. Like, I don't know if you guys are more excited or if we're more excited to teach you guys. We've been waiting for this probably for over a month now, because I remember when we had the first raffle class, we're like, oh, let's get to 500 Instagram followers. And Brad's like, I can't wait. I can't wait. He's like, let's just give the class away now. And so, that's what started everything. And I think we did the live class, 2 weeks ago?
Yeah.
And we still need to post that, by the way, so you guys can see what's upcoming for the future of the trade vets and the Citadel and whatnot. So, we've been waiting for a while to teach you guys, and tomorrow's finally it. Tomorrow's day one. It's class one. It's July 5th. It's Independence from Indicators Day, you guys. So we're gonna teach you guys all about TPO. TPO Bootcamp is, it's starting, you guys, and we got 50 people already sold out. Class July 5th. Next class after that is July 12th. Then we have the 19th. There's a few more slots left on the 19th, and then 26th is pretty much wide open. So if you guys haven't already, go ahead and sign up for the class. You guys can go to our website, thetradevets.com, and you guys can check it out. It's still under construction, but the main thing is right now you guys can select a class. You can buy a class right now. You guys don't have to email me anymore. If you guys are looking for an exception because of work or something like that, let me know. We're trying to be flexible with you guys. I know it's summertime, but a lot of you guys are working, so if you guys need to hop into an earlier date or something like that, I might be able to squeeze you guys in. We actually had one person just switch out of tomorrow's class. So if anybody wants the 5th, let me know. We have one seat open for the 5th tomorrow. So if you guys are looking to just either upgrade from another date, or if you guys want to purchase the 5th, please let me know. It's a first come, first served basis. Whoever DMs me first in Discord or sends me an email can be help@thetradevets.com. You guys can get that seat, okay? So thank you guys so much for being here on the stream with us. Go ahead and hit that like button real quick, and then check out the website, check out the Discord, and then, we'll get you guys some good plays.
Give me like 2 seconds. I'm giving Curtis's insulin.
Yeah, no problem. So what's going on in here? We got Sally says, I want to hear more about this. Graham, what's up, man? I want to hear more about this peanut butter whiskey, because I like whiskey. Sorry, not whiskey. That's I'm thinking about tequila right now, but you're talking about tequila. I'm thinking about tequila, but there's a peanut butter whiskey. It's called Screwball, I think. But I want to know more about this peanut butter tequila. Where do you buy it? What's the name of it? And does it taste good, right? I like just plain tequila. Like, I know a lot of people like Anejo. I'm just more a Blanco fan. So, like, my go-tos are like either some Don Julio or some Cabo Wabo or, some Milagro or something like that. But if you guys got tequila recommendations, please let me know in the Discord, DM me, throw them here in the chat. I always like to find a new good tequila. Nobody recommends some Jose or something like that. You guys will be banned. Let's see here. Work, right? What was work? Oh, crypto chemist, man. Hey, Reno, thanks for the like, man. I appreciate it, dude. Hey, Eric Smith, you know what's up, man? And thank you for joining the chat. What's going on, man? So if you guys are brand new, Emily, what's going on? Actually, yeah, you can. Go ahead and DM me. Send me a thing right now. 3am Trader over on the Discord, or you can email me help@thetradevets.com. Let me know if you're serious about it. You can start tomorrow. Just go ahead and send me the message. We have one spot that just opened up. Somebody had to switch due to a work issue to another date, okay? So, Brandon, yeah, TJ is a fun time too, man. Funny story about TJ actually is me and my buddy were just down in San Diego. We went out to TJ, and all the strip clubs and stuff out there. Anyways, you know how like they wear the little robes and stuff like that? He wanted a robe so bad that when we're leaving there, he's just like, "Can I buy that robe?" And he buys the robe to wear home. And I think he's the first person from Tijuana to ever come back across the border with a robe. He bought it from Hong Kong. Let me see here. Yeah, peanut butter whiskey. That's a Screwball stuff, Graham. I think if you mix it with like some raspberry schnapps or something like that, it's called a peanut butter and jelly shot. Never had it actually before. Eric, try Proper 12. It's actually replaced my Jameson. I like Proper 12 a lot. And Conor McGregor, he's fighting soon too. So if you're listening, Conor.
Weekend.
Yeah. So Dirt. Oh, I think I've heard of that one actually before. Oh, hey Monica, what's up? Yeah, you can come in the class. That's fine. You're the first person to say anything. So thank you guys. Like I said, we appreciate you guys coming here to the stream all the time. We do the stream for you guys because you guys are here. We see the same names all the time. If you guys are brand new to the stream, go ahead and say hi in the chat. We're pretty friendly people. That's the fireworks going off. Like Dier was saying earlier, Hawaii goes crazy with fireworks. It's only 4 o'clock right now, so it'll be a lot crazier later. And the sun doesn't have to go down yet. If you guys have never been to Hawaii before, look up Hawaii fireworks. There's probably YouTube videos all over the place. They go crazy for fireworks. Let's see here. Hey, you know, been trying to learn a little more from the professionals. I wouldn't say we're professionals, man. We are just, dedicated amateurs. Let's call it that, But, if we had a license behind our name, sure, we could be professionals. But, we're just amateurs just like everyone else. We've just been lucky enough to find the information first. And, hopefully we've paid enough dues for you guys so you guys don't have to pay the same dues, all right? Um, ooh, apple cider. That sounds good. But yeah, I'm gonna turn it back to Brad, you guys. Like I said, Monica, go ahead and just DM me. Actually, you don't have to DM me. I already know who you are. I got you in the class, okay? So I'll move you up to tomorrow's class. Congratulations. Thank you for coming in here, watching the stream. Like I said, we appreciate you guys coming all the time. Bopsy, what's up, man?
I think this is the best strategy for not losing money. Yeah, I would agree with that. I would agree.
The biggest reason why it's the best strategy, guys, because I can speak from experience myself, it's the patience part, right? We're looking at a 30-minute chart. How many guys have been trading off a 1 minute, a 5 minute? There's some crazy people out there on a 1 second, a 5 second chart, right? There's no reason to look at any of these time frames, right? I mean, a 1 minute's fine, a 5 minute's fine if you guys want to do that and you guys have your things down, right? You guys can go trade it. That's a normal time frame that other people look at. But don't be looking at these crazy, 1 second, 24 minute, 30, 300 millisecond charts, right? Stick to the stuff that is what everyone else is looking at. If you guys are looking at stuff that only 10% of people are looking at, that's not the majority, right? And unfortunately, in this game, the majority is the winner because if everyone's looking at a 20 EMA and a 50 EMA and everything else, right? Those are going to be the ones where price is going to take a bounce from and things like that, right? So, you guys need to look at structure and look at TPO, learn market profile, and you guys will be a much better trader. You guys can also trade, a lot more relaxed. I'm just sitting here in a trade right now. I was playing video games earlier with Ferdy. I was playing Call of Duty. If you guys play Black Ops or anything like that, just come join us next time. I was sitting there just trading because I was just trading off market structure. I knew where I wanted to get in a trade at, and I know where I want to get out. And I'm still waiting for these single prints to fill. That being said, if price runs up the other way, I'll just close my trade out and call it a day. Either I'll break even or get a little bit of profit off the table. But trading off TPO is a lot more enjoyable, guys. It's a lot more fun because you're not stressed about the next thing, right? The next candle opening and closing. Like 1 minute is not a very long time. You guys think about it, and even to make decisions based off a 1 minute candle compared to a 5 minute candle, it gets to be a lot of stress. And so if you guys can eliminate the stress, there goes one little thing that can make you guys a more profitable trader and become more patient, right? It's all about patience, letting the trade come to you guys.
Bear or bull? Bear or bull?
Both are making money.
Both are making money. You made some money earlier. Good stuff. Good stuff. We're back down to value in Bitcoin, guys. So if we break below,
Anthony, that's what's up, man. Peanut butter chocolate. Is that? Yep, that's whiskey. Well, that looks good, man. I don't know if they have that, man. People in Texas, they got the better stuff. I feel like sometimes. And we don't have a good story like a Bevmo or something like that, so it's hard to get that stuff. Or like a Total Wine. I miss that store.
We're in that man beer pig market. So this is Walmart, guys. And so what I'm looking for on Walmart is we had this huge run up last week. And then now we're just kind of making, lower. We made a lower low, made a lower high, and now I'm kind of seeing if we're going to come back down into this 183 area where we put in, some previous market structure, right? So this is kind of what I'm looking for as far as possibly getting short Walmart tomorrow morning. Maybe use some options on the short of this structure, get some 139 puts, and try to get back down here into 138, sell them. And if we look at the TPO, right, we see it's basically just straight singles all the way down. So the move up was just a nice liquidation, right? And then we had some value put in, values put in down low, price closed, highlighter, price closed a little bit higher than the value. So as it comes back down here to this 139.50, 50, that will be the time where I'll take a peek at the chart. If we get to breaking it and we get some steam, we have some more single prints down here, we can come back down here to this 138 half, 138 level, and maybe get some support there. If it doesn't get support there, keep running it down to this 136.50. Right. And so what I'm doing right now, guys, this is what I do every Sunday. Normally I just don't do it on stream, but today you guys are seeing it on stream and I'm just talking out loud about it. But so what I'm looking for is options plays for the week, right? I like to play options. I like to play options, futures, and crypto. And so, these are kind of the options plays that I'm setting up for as the week goes forward. And typically I just look for, some of the bigger movers as far as, something that's going to get some steam, right? The NASDAQ stocks are going to be pretty popular. We have Apple just finishing on the high, put in some value here, big value range here, but basically just squeezed up like, pretty much straight up. Squeezed up into this zone, put in a value for a couple of days, and now squeezed up. So Apple looks like it might just, trade in the range, might get a back test of this range down to 137, but it's got a lot of support. There was a lot of buying on the way up. It wasn't just a small push up, a lot of buying. So Apple's probably not going to be on my list this week. Let's take a look at Nvidia was another one. Actually, Amazon. I think a lot of people are watching Amazon.
When's the next earnings date coming out?
I'd have to look it up.
The earnings should be soon. Let's see. Server settings. Members.
Yeah, Graham, I don't know. Are you on Bybit or Binance? All right, Sally Slithers. We'll see you later.
Yeah, so Crypto Chemist, you're right. You can see short-term moves on the 30-minute, and you can scalp. So I do that all the time. I'll fade the edges, the tops and the bottoms. If we're in an area where it's like point of control, or if we're near, what else would I scalp off? Halfback. If we're near like a level that's open, high, low, or close from previous day or the session, yeah, you can scalp. You can still scalp off a 30-minute chart. You don't have to make it a 30-minute trade. It just lets you see structure. But yeah, you can scalp off a TPO chart all day long.
I mean, the two trades that we took today were, over 1,000 points in less than an hour. So, I mean, I don't know what you guys consider a scalp, but, that's a pretty big scalp. That's like scalping a village. That's like Anakin Skywalkering when he finds out his mom is trapped in the village, right?
That reminds me, I need to work on my next meme. It's young Anakin.
Yeah, Amazon is up into this previous range, guys, but it's a tough one. It's a tough play. I think I'll stay away from Amazon this week.
Hey, I got a comment saying they can't see your price scale. Not sure what price scale it is.
Oh, let me see. Oh, okay. Yeah, they can't.
Thank you for that.
My bad. I had the thing too big. That's what she said.
That's what she said. She said you're quick. That guy from the army. I'm quick.
Oh yeah, price. Yeah, I'm quick.
Yeah.
Like okay.
Quick for what? Serendipity.
Here we go. Now you guys should be able to see everything good. Let's see, what else was I looking at? PayPal.
Wait, hold on. Did I miss someone's comment in the thing? Let's see here.
So we see PayPal's up in this upper range as well, but we're a little bit below it today, or on Friday. Notice how we're kind of in this little, downtrend, right? Closed here, closed here, closed here, closed low, and now we had a higher close. right? So this is an interesting area to watch PayPal. You see all the value get put in here, and the price didn't move very much on Friday. So it'll be interesting to see if it comes back up into this upper, value area from the 289.5 to 283.5. Or if it starts to trade lower. And once it trades lower, once it gets past this 287, it's got some room down here to these 283s to 280s. Right, so PayPal is one to watch this week. You have this big value area down here, but if it gets below that, right, you have big value area from previous. If it gets below that, you could see some spillage on PayPal. Right, a lot of support down here through the 80s, but the big support is down here at like the 74. Right, and it was kind of a this was kind of like a knee-jerk high right here. It kind of price came down to this ledge, as you guys can see, right? Put in some value, popped up, closed right here, opened, and then knee-jerked up, and then just stayed there all day at that 290, right? So be interesting to see if it gets above, how it's going to act up here at this 292. If it rejects that 292, that's where I'll be smacking the short back down to this 290, hopefully down to the 283s. What is another one?
Calm down, DJ Khaled. It's going to have to start putting after your plays. Another one.
Yeah, Rango Mallard, this is a time price opportunity chart. So it's not an indicator, it's a time price opportunity chart. So if I zoom it in for you, so basically what we're seeing is time by price, right? Vertically, like a bell curve. So you see how we have this even distribution here. So basically people are buying, people are selling, and this is where the fair value is at, right? If you really want to know how to, or learn how to use this chart, check out our website. It's thetradevets.com. I'll post it in the link or in the chat, and you guys can check it out and join the boot camp and take the red pill.
So Otto's asking, how many assets do you trade during the week approximately? It all depends, man. If Nasdaq is moving, Nasdaq. If Dow is moving, Dow. Like the nice thing about having the knowing TPO is just that it doesn't matter what the market is. Like we said before, you can trade any market, right? So as long as you're identifying structure within the market, you guys are going to see opportunities, right? And that's what we're looking for. Is looking for opportunities because we can't create the opportunity. We can just hopefully just time it, right? We're looking for those little clues that's in the TPO chart. So we're looking for those single prints. We're looking for those poor highs, those poor lows, those certain type of profiles, right? So you can trade any market, and whatever market we trade is just whatever is the one with the most volume that's moving the best that week, right? So normally for us is the ES, but we've been trading oil a lot, last week. So it all depends on which market is there because, there's opportunity everywhere, right? Just unfortunately, you don't have all the different eyes, across every single chart. Like I have like 3 or 4 different charts open at the same time right now. I'm not trading them all, but I'm looking at them, right? Just glancing at them. And that's the thing. If we have you guys all trained up on TPO, and you guys like to trade oil, or you like to trade the Dow, or you like to trade the Russell, or you like to trade Bitcoin or ETH, or whatever your market is, right? Everyone has their favorite market. Then you guys can be like, hey, we got single prints right here. We got a buying tail. We got a poor high. You guys can alert, the whole entire thing that's happening, right? So that's, a nice thing about you guys learning TPO. It's like you'll be able to call some stuff out and just see structure, right? Or even just say like, hey, I noticed single prints in this market. Hey, I noticed the poor high. Like just little stuff like that is a huge help, right? Because not everyone's looking at all different 100, and if we're talking about stocks, I mean, geez, there's a million stocks, right? Not a million, but there's thousands. But if we're looking at the futures market, there's at least 100 different futures you can trade, right? So, it's a great thing to have you guys learning this stuff too, because it's going to help everyone else in the community as well. Catherine, the link is not working. Which link is not working? Please let us know.
Probably the one under the video, like the Discord link on the YouTube. For some reason, it like expires or something.
If you type in discord.gg // the trade vets, it should take you right to the thing.
I posted the Discord link too right there in the chat. So.
Okay. And it's also on the website as well, you guys. There's a Discord link on there. In the upper right-hand corner, I believe. And then Hussein, welcome, man. How you doing? Looks like your new name in the chat as well. I said, if you guys are new, go ahead and say hi. We like to know who our audience is. If you guys want to remain anonymous, that's fine. Same thing too. We got about 49 people watching, got 36 likes. Go ahead and hit that like button if you guys can. And if you guys haven't done so already, go ahead, hit share it to your friends that need to know better information. And also turn on post notifications, guys, because when Brad gets on, there are moves that happen sometimes in Bitcoin, okay? So if you guys aren't having post notifications on, you guys are doing yourself a disservice because, like I said, that's basically some lunch money right there.
Yeah, lunch. If you're eating filet mignon for lunch or at the golf course.
You guys,
so this
Bitcoin, you guys are eating gold for lunch sometimes.
Yeah, we're about to break low on Bitcoin too. Let me pull the Bitcoin chart back up. We're about to break some lows here. So you guys see on this Bitcoin chart, we're breaking the low of the structure, right? So you guys can see the price. So we're breaking this low of the structure. We have, looks like, some stops right here.
Eric Smith.
What do you say?
He said no one hit the dislike yet. Someone's slipping. Even they got to take a day off too, right?
Well,
Bob, what's going on, man?
You know, Eric, I posted that trade in the Bootcamp Discord, not in the regular Discord, so they'd have to pay to get the plays.
And they can, right? Because they're rich, they're millionaire, right? They drive a Lamborghini.
Yeah, he makes all those amazing plays every day. So
right, drive a Lamborghini but live in a townhome. I don't get it.
Me neither.
All right, let's check this out real quick. Discord.com/GG. I'll put a new link in the description, you guys.
Yeah, so it looks like we came down to this structure down here, guys, and we kind of saw some responsive buying on Bitcoin. This Bitcoin, right? Some responsive buying right here. So we'll just keep an eye on it. I'll watch it. I've got it on my other screen, so if as it comes up, we'll keep checking on it. So Boeing, this is Boeing, right? Ticker symbol BA, right? This is something I'm really watching this week, and the reason being is that we put in some high volume and it traded up on a high, right? But as soon as it got up to this high, it just pushed right back down, back down into its value, right? It tested a low, had a little impulse up, but then closed below all of this value, right? So it has some space to the downside, and that's kind of what's got me on Boeing this week. I'm in the BTC and cake. Yeah, it looks like
what's the cake?
It's getting close to breaking down. Okay, so we'll have to zoom back to see a couple more days. Let's look at a daily chart. Oh, that's not what I want.
Young Cryptic wants to know, hey, how do you like your curve monitor, Brad?
Oh, it's the best. The best.
It's not as big as mine though, you guys.
Yeah. So I'm about to have a 49-inch and a 43-inch right stacked on top of each other. So it's like driving the Millennium Falcon. That's what it's like. So
just to let you know, I was first. No, that's great, you guys. Having this big old monitor, because you can use it, you can put 4 different windows on there and have basically it's like two 27-inch screens side by side. And if you guys are low on inputs, yeah, go ahead.
Boom. There they go. Stops got popped. Next level down is going to be this 34,244. And then below that, we start chewing into these single prints, and these single prints are going to end down there. So if we take what I like to do, guys, so we see that responsive buying, right? So we ran those stops, right? We're seeing responsive buying. If you're short, right, depending upon where you're short from, you don't want to see price come above this level. It's just not great for your short, right? But as we get below this level, so this is the break, the low of the structure over here, and this is the low of the single prints. What I like to do is I like to take this and I like to cut it right in half, and then that's where I expect buyers to show up. So if you got dual 49-inch curved ultra wides, bro.
Who's that? Oh, that's Luis, bro.
Yeah, Luis.
Yeah, I know. I saw that in the
Yeah.
battle stations, bro. You're just trying to one up everybody. It's all good.
I'm about to get fucking a wrap around.
I was gonna say he's gonna have a circle around his SU.
I'm gonna
He's
spin
gonna have
around.
8 extra eyes. He's gonna have the little bike helmet with a lens in front of it so you can see behind him. Oh man.
Yeah, Luis, that's what I want to do. I want to get the 49, and then I'll put the 49 because I mean, all my shit's on mounts, but I'll put the 49, and then I'll put the 43 above it.
Yeah, because big bank takes little bank.
Right, and then goes clickety clank.
Hey, so just a heads up, you guys. I screwed up today, so Monica wasn't first, but I already gave it to her on the stream. So Progressive Martian was actually first in the chat, and then I said on the stream, first person in the DM me, which was Wengowitz. So congratulations, you guys, all three of you coming to class tomorrow. You know, good things happen in 3. So thank you guys for being on the stream, and thank you guys for being so fast. My apologies for without the accuracy. So it'll get better, you guys. Let's see. So I'll have 53 in class tomorrow. Hope you can handle that.
I'm sure.
Young Cryptic, I got an Asus 49-inch ROG. I got a Dell something 25-inch screen. I got 4 LG 27-inch screens, and actually 29-inch screens, widescreen. And I got an Alienware for my gaming. So I got like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8 screens or something like that. Need sunglasses in my room, you guys.
And you got the TV, like,
yeah, and I got a 55-inch TV that I mounted on my ceiling. If you guys want to look in the command center or battle station room, I'm just a little bit of I'm a techie, but I don't know how to use tech, so that's a funny thing. So Gray Wonder, what defines a poor high or poor low? So a poor high or poor low, if you guys look at a candlestick chart, it's kind of like a double bottom, basically, right? But it's where you can only identify it really on the TPO chart, because it's going to identify like how much time was spent down there, and it's basically going to be like it came up and came down. So basically it just didn't spend enough time down there to become a good low. It's kind of like an unfinished auction almost. Yeah, I go hard when it comes to my tech, you guys. Young Cryptic, go ahead and post what you guys got in the battle stations. Hey, and just let you guys know, you don't need a million screens to trade. If you guys are trading one instrument, one screen is enough. If you guys are going to be in the TPO Bootcamp and live trade room, 2 screens recommended, okay? That way you guys can have Zoom on one screen, and you can put on the smaller screen, or if you guys have an iPad or something like that, go ahead and use your iPad for the Zoom screen. You guys can use your laptop, your desktop, your extra screen for your trading thing, right? And if you guys are using Exo charts to chart from, then you're just going to need that extra screen to trade, right? So it all depends on what your guys' scenario is. Like I said, I have multiple charts up, right? So right now I'm looking at the Dow, the Nasdaq, the ES. I'm looking at oil, and I'm looking at Bitcoin with you guys, and I got YouTube and Discord and all this other stuff up. So it depends on how much you guys are using on your screens, right? So it's personal preference, right? You don't need, used to I had that many screens with the same chart with a 1 minute, a 5 minute, and all this other BS, right? So having a TPO has eliminated the need for multiple charts, right? I might have one chart for my ES that I flip back and forth to just to see my VWAPs and all that stuff, right? But, I barely look at the VWAP. The only time I'll look at the VWAP is if I see a bunch of orders resting at certain price levels, and I want to know why these orders are resting there, right? Because if it doesn't coincide with market structure, it's something else. So it's usually like a previous high or previous low, the VWAP, or things like that. So if you guys, you don't need a million monitors to trade. If you have different instruments, like if you have different stocks, options, futures on different charts and screens, then yeah, you might need a whole bunch of stuff, so you don't have to tab back and forth to each one. But you guys don't need multiple screens for one chart, right? So just a heads up, you guys. But you should have a minimum of 2, for TPO not TPO Bootcamp, but for the live trade room. That's still a month away, you guys. And
then so those of you guys that are got into the boot camp starting tomorrow, and you guys were in different classes, there's going to be those 3 seats, those people from different classes. So if you want to change to it,
the 12
to an earlier
the 12
class,
and the 19.
The 12th and the 19th. So just DM James on Discord, and then he'll just let you know if you're the first one, and you'll be able to get in there. And then also, since we're talking about the live trade room, the live trade room is going to open up on August 3rd. And, you know,
August 2nd.
August...
Monday, August 2nd.
Oh, August 2nd, my bad.
Yeah.
Oh,
Sounds
2nd.
okay.
Yeah, August 2nd. So, yeah, it's just one computer controlling all the screens.
Yeah, you guys have to have a graphics card, right? So you need like a either strong enough graphics card, like a gaming graphics card, not for the actual program to run, but for the screens to run. Or you guys have to get like a video card that's separate, right? So I'm not a big tech person, but if you guys Google it, you guys can find the different setups.
And then, you know, with the live trade room coming up, we were talking about, and we were gonna get your guys' opinion. So originally we were talking about not letting anybody in the live trade room until they've been through the TPO bootcamp. That way we're just not answering a ton of questions, right? But, you know, I've decided, you know, it's kind of shitty to hold people back if they want to get in, right? A lot of the people that signed up for July, they got it packaged in with their TPO bootcamp. And so what we're going to do is we're going to open
Whoa. Let's rephrase that real quick. It's not a shitty thing to do to keep people out of it. It's what we want to do as smart people, right? We want to make sure you guys are ready to get in the live trade room, ready to trade, because after you take TPO bootcamp, we really want you guys to look at charts for a month and then paper trade for a few weeks and then trade live, right? But you guys are all adults and you guys can all make your own decisions, and you guys are going to be out there looking at other people's stuff and wasting your time and money with them. So we'd rather have you guys take the chance over in here if you guys don't want to learn the TPO bootcamp right away, you know, and you guys think you can hang on and get in there, right? So it's, you know, it's not really what we want the most for you guys, but there's so much request for it that that's what we're going to do. So I just want to clarify that part, you guys, because it's not what we really want. You know, it's what you guys want essentially, right? So
exactly.
And if you guys want it, we're going to pretty much give it to you the best way we can.
Right, exactly. I mean it like...
I know. I can
only teach so much, and then with my schedule and the kids and stuff, it's like, you know, I just kind of feel bad because, like, I want to put everyone that I can through the boot camp, right? But I also have to balance my life, right? I have to trade. That's what I do for an income. I have to, you know, hang with the kids. I gotta clean the house. Like, I got stuff I gotta do. So, you know. But I also understand everybody wants to get through the boot camp, and I understand that, you know, people live all different places around the world. So what we're going to do is we're going to open up the live trade room for everybody that wants to join. And so if you want to join the live trade room and you have not signed up for the TPO bootcamp yet, then you can message myself or James. Let us know that you want to get in, and it's gonna be... My kids are fighting in the background, bro. They're going, man, stop.
Here, I'm gonna tell them real quick. So real quick, guys, price structure, okay? If you guys sign up for the TPO bootcamp in July, congratulations. You guys are doing yourself a favor, all right? So please stay with the class. You guys are fine. Also, for being one of the first, the earlier people, you know, our day ones in the TPO bootcamp, we're already having the faith, right? Brad's already giving you guys a month of plays, like literally a month of plays, and we tallied them all up together. Is over $12,000 just in take profits on the scalps, and that was with zero leverage, okay? So for you guys being the first, thank you so much. Your guys' reward is, you're already getting 2 months free of the live trade room from August to December. After you guys finish December and you guys go to renew, your price will always stay $50 a month no matter what until you guys decide to cancel, okay? So if you guys sign up for a TPO bootcamp July class, it's $50 a month for life until you decide to cancel, okay? Once you guys decide to cancel, it'll be whatever the rate is, okay? So rate for everyone that's not signed up for a TPO July bootcamp class, it's $100 a month. All right, so if you guys haven't signed up for a TPO bootcamp class yet, and even if you're unsure of it, you guys can lock in $50 a month for a live trade room seat, okay? And that price won't change until you stop paying or until you cancel it. And we have about, I think, 30 more seats left in the very last class, which is July 26th, which is fine because you guys will still get all the plays in the meantime that Brad's going to be posting on the daily, and then you guys will be ready to go right into TPO bootcamp, and then you'll get the live trade room starting August 2nd, which will be live, okay? And that'll be about 2 hours a day. We'll be streaming the very first 2 hours of the market. It'll be the market open in 2 hours. So basically the New York Stock Exchange time, so 9:30 New York, time, which is Eastern Standard Time, all the way until 11:30 will be the live trade room. Okay, so if you guys haven't signed up yet, take the TPO Bootcamp class. It locks you in $50 a month for the rest of your life until you decide to cancel, until you decide to grow wings and fly away, which is perfectly fine, right? We've done our job then. But if you guys haven't done it, or you guys still on the fence, you know, you guys are going to be stuck paying $100 a month, and from there the price is going to go up. Okay, so if you guys haven't already, TPO Bootcamp, highly encourage it. It'll be worth your time, worth your wait for the class. You guys still get the live trade room, and after that, like I said, starting August, it's going to be $100 a month for the live trade room only.
And then also, you know, this live trade room is going to be stocks, options, futures, and crypto as well, right? I'm looking at everything pretty much on these screens. So if we're in the live trade room, right, we're going to be trading. So you're going to hear James and I talking a lot back and forth about what we're looking at, but we will try to answer questions as they come through. You just have to understand that, you know, if there's a million questions, you know, that was kind of the reason that we want everyone to go through the boot camp first, so there's not a million questions about, you know, certain specifics that we cover in the boot camp. But if you have a question about a certain stock, like if you think a stock is running, right, and you post it like, hey, can you take a peek at this stock? What do you think? What are some levels, right? We can hit some levels real quick and kind of go over it. I'm not a big penny stock person. We've got a buddy who loves those penny stocks, right? You can play them and you can make money off of them, and a lot of people do. I'm not saying don't. I just, when I play the stocks, I pretty much tend to stick to options. So, you know, that's what I go after. So
yeah, and so guys, just real quick too, to clarify in the live trade room, it'll just be Brad and I talking. If you guys have questions, we'll have a separate Discord channel for you guys within the TPO Bootcamp Discord. You guys will just type in there, right? And when you guys are in the live trade room, we'll go over the rules, you know, throughout class and things like that, and repeatedly, so everyone gets the same message, right? When you guys are in the live trade room, please keep the comments to only what's happening in the charts, right? What's happening in the trades. Because if you guys are talking about like, oh, what I ate for breakfast this morning, or what kind of workout I did, or what kind of car I drive, it takes away from the value when other people are there trying to learn. So if you guys want to have that stuff, you can have that sidebar conversation any other channel. But when it comes to live trade room, you guys should only be talking about what's on the charts, or if you guys have need a call out, or if you guys need a a read on another chart. Okay, so all trade related stuff, no personal stuff in there, please. Just want to tell you guys that in the beginning, because I know a lot of you already signed up for these TPO Bootcamp classes. But that's the expectations going forward. But you guys are gonna like it, I promise. Who's Brad again?
no, I'm here. Yeah.
Okay.
I was just updating the chart real quick.
You're good.
Yeah. Just looking at this intermediate profile to see where
we're excited too, Anthony.
Yeah.
Thanks, Crypto Chemist. Let's see. So Otto says, so you can go through the trade room, but have to be signed up for the TPO. Correct. If you want early access, and if you want the $50 a month for life. So Otto, I think you already signed up, man. You get the $50 a month forever. That's your price until you cancel or quit. If you haven't taken a TPO Bootcamp in a July, and this is July classes only, if you haven't taken a TPO July Bootcamp class, the live trade room for whoever comes in after July will be $100 a month until they cancel. And like I said, the price will continue to go up because we could have 1,000 people in there eventually, but I don't know if we really want 1,000 people in there. We want just quality in there, right? So we want people that actually are dedicated to trading, learning how to trade, not there just to like watch the chart and see what we're buying and selling. We want you guys to have an understanding of the market. But at the same time too, those people that come in there with zero knowledge, they're not going to last very long. So, if one seat opens up, another person will come in and fill that seat. But we prefer to have you guys in there that are trained up and that know what you're looking for. Okay.
So this is Costco right here, guys. We saw that, Costco was in a balance zone, popped up out of it, and now it's on the highs, right? So it'll be interesting. It put in a lot of volume on the top, right? And a lot of value on the top as well. So what we have to pay attention to is this short paper, right? Is this supply? Is that what's holding us from going higher? Is that supply? So as price comes up, are we going to see more supply come in and push this thing back down into this lower range to this 390, pretty much 391 to 394 area, right? Which could be a decent short opportunity on Costco coming up.
And guys, real quick, I have a question. It's DM'd to me. So the one question is, you mentioned graphics cards and stuff for the trade room. Is that a special app, or is it just something you can run multiple monitors? I have 3 screens on my MacBook. So a graphics card, it's the thing that displays all the images, right? If you have a nicer graphics card like people use for gaming, you can have more images, more frames at once. Your gaming computers, your quote-unquote gaming computers, will usually have like a nice NVIDIA or a nice AMD Radeon or something like that graphics card. You can go to Best Buy, you can go, to Amazon, you can go to Costco. You can ask them like which one has a gaming graphics card, right? And so the reason why we use a gaming graphics card because we also game on the side too. But I mean, I don't use my trading computer for anything but trading. But it can handle more inputs, right? So like my 2080, it can handle 4 monitors without stressing, right? That thing is the workhorse. So you have the CPU and the GPU, which is the graphics card. Those 2 things are your workhorse of your computer. So you need a decent one to run. And then you guys will have Amazon links and stuff like that. So we'll post the Amazon link in the Discord of all the stuff that we run, our screens, our computers, our graphics cards, all that kind of stuff. If you guys want to take a look at it, you don't need it to trade, but we'll have it in there so you guys have an idea of what we're using. Also, if you guys are on a Mac can only show you the same image on 2 screens, right? So if you guys have a MacBook, you can have 2 separate screens, but anything more than that, it'll be a mirror image of the third, right? So you can't have 3 separate screens on a Mac. You can only have two separate windows or 2 separate images on your screens, okay? So if you guys have a Mac, it's not recommended for trading, okay? Professionals don't use MacBooks to trade. You guys will see that soon because when you guys move into things like NinjaTrader and Sierra charts, they will not work on a MacBook unless your MacBook is, what's that called when you partition it and you put Windows on there?
It used to be called like Bootcamp back in
Yeah,
the day.
it's actually called Bootcamp. Yeah.
Back in the day, it
So,
was, yeah.
so you guys can bootcamp your thing, but like I said, I'm not a techie. Macs were not made to run Windows programs. So buy yourself a decent size or decent computer. They're a dime a dozen these days. Now there's a chip shortage, right? So you might be paying these higher prices because people are trying to scalp, right, on these, especially on graphics cards if they're like a 30 series graphics card and all that stuff. But do yourself a favor, get yourself a dedicated computer if you have the means to, right? Get yourself a dedicated computer just for trading. Don't play Pokemon on there. Don't, be looking at bad websites and stuff like that and give your computer a virus. Only use it to trade, right? And then that's because, like I said, this is a business, you guys. You guys have to run your business the way you are going to be most profitable. And if you guys don't have the right equipment or if your equipment malfunctions, right, you guys are going to miss out and it's going to cost you a lot more than that actual piece of equipment cost, right? So if that computer costs you guys $1,000 and you guys miss 1,000-point move on Bitcoin, that's way more, especially you guys are leveraging that money, right? So,
Bootcamp.
Trappy said if you got MacBook Pro. So I have a MacBook Pro. You can run 4 screens, but I think you can only put the same image on there, right? Like it can be mirrored, right? Because I have a MacBook Pro and a MacBook. I have a lot of computers. But
Too many.
but also too, like I said, if you guys are using web-based platforms, that's fine to use a MacBook. But if you guys want to actually download software like NinjaTrader or Sierra Charts or things like that, you have to use a Windows computer unless you're going to partition and run Bootcamp. Okay, so yeah, and also too, you guys can do like it gets even more complicated and more techy, but you can run like a virtual machine, right? So if you have a virtual machine through Amazon or something like that, you can have like a computer that's not really in your space. It's a link, or you guys run it through the computer. I don't know how to explain it, you guys, but there's a lot of options out there. There's a lot of smart people in the Discord. So if you guys need help, you guys can ask them. In the TPO Bootcamp, we have a section called resources. You guys can go in there and just start typing away and asking questions and whatnot. Yeah, you got a 3090? I want that, please. I think they're selling for a little, almost close to $3,000 right now. Okay, you can have extended desktop. Yeah. So that's what I'm saying. You can have extended desktop, right? But for me, I have 4 separate monitors, and they're all displaying separate images. It's not extended, so it's actual 4 separate screens. And I guess that's what I'm trying to say. But Chappie's is correct. You can extend them, but I use 4 separate screens. Because it gets a little complicated for the computer. Oh, nice. Okay, yeah. So quant is through parallels. Okay, so look, this is the great thing about the community. You guys know more about computers than I do. So he's running quant through parallels. Don't need bootcamp. All right. So Chappie's guys is your go-to guy if you have a Mac or if you guys are running Quant Tower. Also got Eric Smith here in the chat that runs Quant Tower as well. So we got a community full of people that know way more about computers than I do. There's plenty of ways to run. See, there you go. This is perfect. Virtual machine. So if you guys have questions about it, go ahead and ask them. Like I said, I'll still post a Amazon link with all the stuff that we use personally. Like I said, it's not the best. You know, some of the stuff is probably the best, but it's not the best of the best. And you don't have to buy that kind of stuff, right? It's just what we use. It's what works. And like I said, we're not going to recommend anything that doesn't work, you guys. Okay, so enough of that. Sorry, spilled over too much into computers and stuff like that. But like I said, your equipment is very important. Okay, if you guys have been in the military before, you guys got to make sure your weapon's clean so it doesn't malfunction, it doesn't jam. Same thing goes with your computer that you're going to use to trade with, right? You cannot have that thing malfunction or quit on you when you're in the middle of a trade, or worse, that's actually the worst thing is in the middle of a trade that thing goes kaput on you. All right, you have to have that stuff up and running. You have to check your stuff, make sure everything is good. All right, so enough of that. Sorry, guys.
So another thing I'm looking at is CCL, right? Carnival Cruise Lines. It is looking like it wants to go down. Right, it's in this structure. It's basically just been going down, as you can see. And so it's kind of on its last little leg. I remember when it was on 25, or when it was at around 25 after the pandemic. And if it breaks, below this 25.70 level, it's gonna, it can, it's not gonna, but it can move down quite a bit. Right, and then one other one that I was looking at while you guys were talking about MacBooks is AMD. AMD looks like it's in a pretty good consolidation up here. You can see Friday just put in a bunch of volume, and so what can happen and what I'm looking for is for it to break above this 95.5 level, come back to 95, 94.75, get some support, and then push up. There is a chip shortage going on, and so I see a lot of the chip companies going up. I think Nvidia has some room to go down because I think it got ahead of itself, whereas AMD has kind of just been moving up. Right, we had a pretty big extension, put in a bunch of value, moved up above value, so now we're putting it in value. Right, maybe we put in some value for a couple of days, get above this 95, hit this launch pad, and start jumping up. Anything that you guys want to look at specifically, just type it in the chat and I will take a peek at it. Look at my favorite stock to trade, which is Delta Airlines. And Delta Airlines looks like it is rebounding quite nicely, right? It had this liquidation, got some good value up here. So if we can start breaking over this 44.40, we can start moving back up into this lower structure around this 44.80, right? And then up into the 45.40. And so I know, guys, it doesn't seem like a lot, right? Because it's just $1 of price, but you've got to think about it as with options, they're leveraged. Yeah. So it's almost like doing 100x, right? It's not as costly as 100x on Bitcoin would be, but when you're buying an option, you're really just buying the right to 100 shares. So imagine if you had 100 shares and it went up $1, you'd make $100, right? Now times that by 10, if you bid 10 options, well, now you have 1,000 shares, and if it goes up $1, you have $1,000, right? That's kind of it's kind of like a quick down and dirty of options, and there's a lot more to it than that. But once you guys start getting the hang of the TPO, we'll start digging into those kind of things, the options and stuff like that. I've been seeing a lot of people saying to short Tesla. Yeah, let's take a look at Tesla real quick, and then I'll get to I was just looking at AMD Crypto Hustle, but we can look at it again.
And Salesforce as well, CRM.
Oh yeah, and CRM, yeah. Tesla.
And just to let you guys know real quick, right? So I know a lot of you guys are into crypto, started with crypto, right? But Brad and I were predominantly futures, options traders, right? So just to let you guys know, like when we're coming up with pricing for things, we just think about everything in price of ES, right? So for example, right now the ES 1 point, which right now we have a range in the ES of, let's see here, it opened at 43, 42.75, and we're down here to 43.36. So actually the low was 43.34. So about a 10-point move almost, right? So about $500 we caught the top to bottom, right? But you don't have to catch the top to the bottom, right? You can catch in between 100 times, right, while it's bouncing up and down from top to bottom based off market structure. So for the TPO Bootcamp, you guys paying $50 a month after December, that's 1 point on the ES, you guys. You can get 1 point 100 times a day, actually. You know, like I don't want to say it guaranteed, but you could get it. No, you could get it way more than that, and that's just with one contract, right? So, for example, right now I'm trading the ES, up 646 for the day so far. Goal's only 500 for the day. Anything else is extra, pretty much. So it doesn't take very long to make that money, right? So if you guys are paying $100 for Bootcamp, if you guys can make 2 points a day on the ES, you only need to make 2 points one time, and that's the price right there for TPO Bootcamp. Everything else is yours, right? So if you guys can make 1 point a day on the ES, which is very, very easy, that's $250 a week, right? And that's 500 every 2 weeks. That's 1,000 a month, and that's with one contract. You guys up that to 2, 3, 4. You guys know how to do math, right? It's just 1 times, 2 times, 3 times that, right? And all your risk is predefined, right? Unlike in Bitcoin, you kind of really don't know your limit and all that stuff, where you're gonna get liquidated at. So yeah, I am trading the weekend, so basically we put in a lot of excess at the top. And if you guys don't know what excess is, it's basically too much inventory at the top, right? So now sellers have a chance to come down, right? I was trading on Friday, I was up $400, which is not a whole lot. Actually, I take it back. I was trading Thursday night, I was up $400, quit trading, went over to a friend's house, woke up, that's why I was on stream, you guys. And then, we were going out to get brunch, and then I was like, let me hop on the computer real quick and trade. We have so many single prints in here. Single prints didn't fill. So I ended up finishing the day only positive $40, right? Could have been a lot worse. Could have just not traded and kept the money, right? But to each his own, right? So I do trade on the weekends. I do trade at night, but the timing needs to be right. There needs to be the appropriate conditions in the market. So with this, with TPO, you guys can see these single prints, these excess, the poor highs, the poor lows. So yeah, I do trade on the weekend, but it's a Sunday, so it's just Sunday evening. It's basically Monday already for some people. If you're in Australia, it's already probably Monday evening, right? So, it's like I do trade sometimes on the weekend, you guys. And that's a nice thing too. If you guys can trade the ES, usually on the opens, and that's the nice thing, when the market opens and closes, usually on the opens you have a rip up or rip down. It's usually favorable in one direction. You can tell by the way the market closed on the previous session. So I do trade the weekend, but it's only Sunday night for the evening, and then I go to bed early, wake up to trade on Monday morning.
Yeah, so it's basically Monday. But you see, here's
Essentially
Tesla.
Monday.
Yeah, here's Tesla, right? You had this liquidation up. There is a huge short position on Tesla. People try to short Tesla basically all the time, right? And they've been getting their asses handed to them for a decent amount of time. Elon's been trolling them hardcore. But we see that we spent pretty much all week last week in this little range right here, and we're slowly making a little bit lower every single day, right? So if we break below this 670 level on Tesla, the chances of us coming back down to this 620 level are pretty high, right? Tesla options are very expensive just because of the volatility involved. So if you are looking at those Tesla options, a lot of times what it's good to do is, once you get ready to see the break, maybe buy something far out of the money, 600, unless you have a lot of money. Buy a 600 option and play the volatility. If not, pony up and spend the dough. I don't really like to trade Tesla options, at the money options on Tesla unless it's Friday, because then they're cheap. But Tesla options, because it could just pop down here and then it could just, get squeezed up to the moon. And it's just it's a little bit higher risk than I really like to take. And Tesla is so unpredictable, so it's a tough one.
Byron, I believe the market is open tomorrow, but for limited hours.
Yeah,
I think it's operating on holiday hours, so I think it opens up 12. I want to say, let me look it up right now. I got an email on my phone from my brokerage. Let me pull it up for you guys real quick. Get that info. So like it runs weird hours, right? So let me see here. What is this called? CME.
Let's see if we run these stops on.
Actually, it's AMP futures.
Bitcoin.
The funny thing is I get more support from AMP, you guys, than I do from Ninja. I don't even have any money in the account. Let me see here. So tomorrow they're gonna be open 12 Central Time. That's Chicago time. So it'll be about, I think, yeah, like 9 o'clock. Oh, sorry, that's the halt. That's the halt. So it'll halt at 12 o'clock Central Time. Man, what time is that in New York? And it'll reopen
Central Time. It's 1 o'clock.
Yeah, so it's we go to training for like the first like 3 hours tomorrow, basically,
So
and then it'll reopen at 5 o'clock. It'll reopen at 5 o'clock Central Time. So that's I think normal time, like 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock New York time.
All right, back to this is AMD.
Yeah.
This is what I was talking about earlier. I'm just looking for AMD to kind of put in some value up here, some more value, right? We see some value here. I want to see it get above this 95, use this 95, 75, 94, 3/4 to, send us up, right? Get this nice, whole round number of 100, that'd be a great target. It's in kind of that price exploration mode, so you really never know when supply is going to come in and smack it down. Somebody said CRM.
Yeah, CRM.
Look at the good old Salesforce.
That thing went on a tear. Like, I mean, a lot of tech stocks have, but Salesforce went on a huge tear last year.
Yeah, so this one, it got squeezed up on Friday, right? Tomorrow, I imagine that the market's going to do nothing, right? We've got a very short day. I doubt there's going to be a lot of volume. It'd probably be a little bit safer of a bet to just kind of chill tomorrow for sure.
Yeah, so speaking of volume, guys, right now the ES market, we have 19,564 contracts traded, okay? Normally at this time, we're probably up to about 50 to 70,000 contracts, depending on what time of the year. Okay, so 19,000 is super light volume. Don't expect a lot to happen tomorrow. The people that are working tomorrow are probably the people that didn't do well and have to, didn't get to enjoy their the yacht with their boss this weekend, okay? So be careful tomorrow unless you guys know what you're doing. But just like I said, always protect your capital.
And so with with Salesforce, it'll be interesting to see if it breaks down below its value and comes back into this market structure, right? So you're talking 248, 245. I think Salesforce options run $2.50, so you could buy at the money 47.50. I think it would be 47.50s down to these 45s.
Crypto Hustle. We're gonna have to change your name to Stock Hustle, bro. That's all right though.
You want to look at Microsoft?
He's got 3M, Walmart, Microsoft, and Honeywell.
Microsoft squeezed up on Friday. A lot of volume, right? And put in some value. We've got some singles on the way down. Basically, with something like this, what I'm looking for is to see if it's going to put in some volume and get some support, right? I would say that it would be interesting to see how it acts right here at this 275 level for Microsoft. See if it puts in some support, comes back up. It's hard to tell whether there was just a bunch of people taking profit at the top or if it was new selling coming in, new supply coming in. Do you only sell options, Jingles? No, I buy options. Yeah. I do some credit spreads as well, so you sell some also, but some covered calls, some ghetto spreads that we learned from Josh.
From Trading Fraternity.
Yeah, from the Trading Fraternity.
He's like, he'd be killing it a lot more if he knew TPO. He does great on options.
He's just a momentum trader, so he just trades straight momentum. So that's the nice thing about opening your horizon for you guys that are trading crypto. Probably 20 hours a day, crypto's not doing shit. So if you're not lucky enough to kind of be on the oops, wrong one. If you're not lucky enough to be on the computer during that time when it pops up, then it's it's a tough go. Sometimes you miss the trades, and it's like crypto, they almost want you to stay up 24 hours a day because they can take advantage of you guys.
Welcome. Is it Tamer or Tamer Fami? Welcome. Saying mRNA is an easy stock to trade, very strong fundamentals, and is an uptrend. Be careful, already at all-time high. Yeah, I mean, mRNA, that's Moderna, right?
Yeah.
So, I mean, they've had a big year because of COVID, right? And I think Moderna, that's the very first thing they've ever made was actually this vaccine right here. The first vaccine they made was the COVID vaccine. So, I don't really like to touch pharmaceutical companies. There are a lot of pharmaceutical companies that are news-driven. So if you guys pay attention to studies and pharmaceutical studies, you'll see that the stocks will pop really high and really fast on certain days, just because there's a lot of news and stuff coming out, right? Because if a pharmaceutical company doesn't pass clinical trials, especially if that's their first drug, you'll see that stock tank really fast. So I like to stay away from pharmaceutical companies that are just straight pharmaceuticals. Now, if you guys like getting into stocks like Johnson & Johnson and things like that, they're a little more well spread out. But yeah, I'm not. mRNA is not bad, but they've gone up a lot because of COVID this year. So if it wasn't for COVID, they wouldn't be on the map as big as they are right now.
And this is 3M. 3M is just kind of squeezing up again too. I mean, pretty much a lot of the stocks, this is what their chart's going to look like, because last week we were putting in all-time highs pretty much all week, almost every day. So it's basically, you just have to kind of scan the charts to find some value, right? So if we look at 3M, we have this upper range to see if it's gonna trade back up into that, right? That's where we would look to see if it's going to come up, put some support, or if it's come reject, and then trade back down here. It does have a lot of support down here, this 195, 196 half level. So that would be something else. Someone said, what's best for someone who has never traded the traditional market to get some exposure to trading it? Young Cryptic. So the best thing you can do if you've never traded the traditional market is open up a paper trading account, right? I have a TD Ameritrade account, and you can get a paper trading account through there. I don't have like an affiliate link or anything for you, but if you just go to tdameritrade.com, you can open up an account, and then you just send them a request, I think, or you download their thing, and you can open up a paper trade account, and they put I can't remember if they put,
I feel like $100,000 or $1 million in there, or something like that.
They put like some crazy amount, so it gives you enough room to mess around, to try to get used to everything. CryptoChemist, there is never not going to trade in crypto. Well, that's because you don't sleep, so you catch everything. CryptoChemist sleeps 18 minutes a day. That's all he needs.
So, and finish off what Brad was saying. Crypto, go ahead and set up that paper trading account, man, and then trade it just like you would trade if it was your real money, right? So $1 million might be too much, or whatever they preload it in. So maybe change it to like $10,000, or change it to $1,000, or whatever the case is, right? To make it realistic for yourself, whatever you can actually start funding your account with. Options are a great way to trade, because you don't have to buy, say for example, Tesla's like what, 600 something, 700 something a stock.
Yeah.
If you want to buy Tesla, you can buy an option for $700, which is 100 shares, versus buying actual Tesla for 600 or 700. Just with options, you need to know your risk, right? Because whatever you pay up front for options, when you're actually buying the options, that's your max loss, right? So if you spend $1,000 on options to buy, that's the max that you can lose, right? Now, if you're selling options, you can lose a lot more, right? So you can lose whatever's in your account technically. But if you guys are buying options, you already know predefined risk, right? So don't be playing the stuff that's like these penny stocks, right? Because these penny stocks will burn you, right? Especially if you don't know how penny stocks are actually played. So you guys want to stick to companies that are, trade on the Nasdaq for the most part, trade on the Dow, and there are some bad stocks on the Dow as well. But stick to those companies because more people are looking at. Like I said, you guys need volume in any market that you trade. Doesn't matter if it's crypto or stocks or if it's options or futures. You have to have volume. So if you guys are ever trading pre-market too, you'll notice that Apple might be up a couple percent in pre-market, but if the volume doesn't correlate to the percentage move up, it's basically just a trap. They're basically enticing you to come in and say, hey, come buy this, come sell this, do whatever. So pre-market's very dangerous to be in if you don't know what you're doing for stocks and options. Oh, actually, you can't trade options in pre-market, just stocks. So don't let the numbers pre-market fool you guys because those are usually bear traps and bull traps and stuff like that. So if you guys are trading, best thing you can do is get that screen time in. Brad and I are always going to tell you screen time, screen time, screen time. The more you guys watch the screens, the more you'll know. And if you guys are looking at stocks, it's the same thing as trading Bitcoin or ES. Pick a few stocks that you like that are movers, right? And then just see how they trade, right? Do they respect certain levels of structure? Do they respect certain price levels? There's certain stocks that trade differently, right? Because there's different people trading those stocks. It's not so much about the company itself. It's about the people trading those stocks, right? So people that are trading Tesla, they're gamblers, right? They're gonna let that thing run up, run down all day long, and you can see the options from in the money to far out the money are being played all day long on Tesla, right? If you guys look at other stocks, if you look at far out of the money calls, really nothing's going on. If they are, that's a sign that someone probably on the inside knows something that's going to happen, or big money knows that something's about to happen. That's why how you guys hear about those block trades, these big options plays, right? Because usually people go in ahead of time to buy those options in advance if they know there's a move coming, because the money you can make on options is so much more than you could actually make on the stock itself.
And I don't think TradingView has. I don't think it has paper trading for options, whereas Thinkorswim or TD Ameritrade, you can actually paper trade options. So if you don't have a large account, trading stocks is going to be tough, right? Because let's say you want to buy a triple M stock, right? And you have a $500 account. Well, you can basically buy 2 stocks, and if it goes up $1, right, you're gonna make $2, right? That to me is just not worth your time. Whereas you can buy an option for, let's say, $2, $200 for a piece of your account, and if it goes up to here, it's gonna be worth $300. Make a quick $100, right? I mean, maybe not quick if it goes up, right? But it's gonna you're exposing yourself to a bit more risk, but you kind of have to at that point, right? It kind of looks to, I mean, I like kind of triple M to the downside if you're going to trade triple M this week, but
and also to brush up you guys on the trading, like young cryptic, you want to get into like traditional markets, right? Hop into the futures market, man. The reason we trade the futures market is because there's no PDT, there's no pattern day trading rule. You don't have to have a certain amount of money in your account, which is $25,000 to trade daily. A lot of people that are in the markets traditional that don't have that kind of funds, they do swing trading, which can get them into trouble if they don't know what they're doing. Or you guys are forcing yourself to trade because you only trade 3 times out of a 7-day period, in and out on a day, right? So if you buy a stock and sell a stock, that's a trade. If you buy a stock, hold it, and then sell it the next day, that doesn't count as a trade because it didn't happen in a 1-day time frame. But like I said, those swing trades can get you guys in trouble, especially in today's market, so volatile that it's not a good idea to hold stocks overnight unless you have inside info. And if you do, share it with us, anonymously.
Of course, anonymously.
How certain are you? Not uncertain.
How can I look at a traditional market TPO? EXO doesn't offer it. Stock tickers. Yeah, that's gonna be so. You can get a something similar to a TPO on TD Ameritrade. It's called Monkey Bars. It's fairly similar. You can do it through that. I just don't like the user interface of TD Ameritrade. It's not just not super friendly for a TPO.
Also use your volume profile as well. It's a big help.
Yeah, the volume profiles will help as well.
And then young cryptic too, man. I think you can open up an AMP futures account. You only need like $400 or $500 to open up an AMP futures account, and then they give you the software for free. Pretty much, you're just responsible for data fees. So like, I think it's about $30 to $40 a month for data fees. You just choose like the basic packages. So if you're trying to get like Quant Tower, Sierra charts, you can pull up traditional stocks on there. and you can look at TPO through that. Or you make friends with somebody in the Discord and ask them, hey, look at this stuff. Can you screen share with me?
Or join the live trade room and we'll do it in there.
Yeah, no problem, man.
I think that's it, guys. I think we're gonna call it. It looks like the good old Bitcoin kind of stalled out on us on this downside. Doesn't look like it's gonna eat those singles, right? It's getting some support off of previous structure back here. All right, so maybe we get a little pop up, test the backside of structure, and let's do a quick little trade plan on these, right? So what I'm looking for as far as this is going, let's find some levels. Sorry guys, move that out of the way. So these are kind of lined up, and I kind of like this for like a nice little fade trade, right? It'd be high risk, but back to this 9. So if you were to take this, the break of this 34.5, that could give you a nice little move up to like that 34.7.
Yeah, see you, chap. See you in the morning, man. See you, JJ. See you, Crypto Hustle.
Later, guys.
Yeah, tomorrow's a big day, you guys. It's gonna be the first TPO Bootcamp happening. So if you guys haven't signed up for TPO Bootcamp, just a recap, if you sign up for a TPO July Bootcamp, you guys will be locked into the $50 live trade room for life until you decide to cancel or stop paying, one or the other. If you guys don't sign up for a July TPO Bootcamp class, you guys want the live trade room afterwards, or just don't want to take TPO Bootcamp in general, the live trade room is $100 a month, okay? And from there, the price will keep going up. Thank you, Tamer. Appreciate it. I hope I'm saying your name right. Is it Tamer or Tamer? I apologize. It's hard because there's just letters on the screen right now. But thank you for being here with us, you guys. We appreciate it.
And so those are kind of the next two moves I'm looking for. I might try a little cheeky long, as you guys call it, right? Up here, looking just to get back up to that 34.8, right? Like a quick little 300 point pop. Maybe back up to this 900 level, just to see what it's all about, right? It looks like we bounced off that level, so we might catch a nice little pop, right? This is called a fade trade. So when you're going long off of a down move, you have to understand that if you go long here and it doesn't go right away, if it doesn't run these stops right away, then you've got to cut your loss quick. Don't go long here and then have it come back down here and expecting it to go, and then all of a sudden it runs your stops to the downside, and then you send me a DM that says, what the fuck, Brad, you said that you were going long and now I lost a trade because of you, right? Remember, it's you that has to click the button, right? It's me that's clicking the button. When I take my losses, I'm not blaming it on anyone else. I don't call Elon and be like, bro, what the fuck, you told me it was going to go up and it went down. Most of the time Elon never lies to me, so I don't really have to worry about that. But it's it's all on me. And when I take a long or when I take a trade that goes well, whether it be long or short, I understand that it's my experience and what I followed my trade plan and managed my risk, right? So like I said, I think I like the long here. A safer long would be up here, top of structure, of course, right? Let it do its thing, try to climb up, get back in structure, break and push, right? If it comes back down to the low, if it breaks this low, that's where I'd like to look to see to maybe fill this gap. And then there's some more downside underneath of this thing, right? James really wants us to get down to 25k to fill to fill that gap down there.
Well, actually, what I noticed was that 25,000 I saw was on Bitcoin contracts only. It actually wasn't on like TradingView, so it's only on like BTC futures contracts. So I'm just wondering because Bitcoin contracts have been around for a while, so I'm just wondering why there's a gap in that data. So I'm gonna have to do some more digging. But if you guys look at a volume profile on TradingView, you'll notice there's a lot of volume put in at the 57,000 level, right? I mean, a high volume node for the last 2 years. And if you guys look at what's below, the next high volume node is not for 10,000. So even if we compromise and meet in the middle, Bitcoin could fall somewhere between 20 to 30,000 just based off volume. Tamer, T, the short A, Tamer, right? Is that right? Just press a 1 if it's Tamer. Not Progressive. Thank you, man, for coming to the streams all the time. We appreciate it. Like I said, we do this for you guys. We stream for you guys. So thank you guys for being here all the time because you guys are what make our time worth it. There's one at 17,000 on the CME chart for Bitcoin. Yeah, exactly. So it's deep, deep down, right? So like a lot of volume is put up top, which is the fuel for them to push the market down. There's a lot of volume at the bottom too. So it probably won't go down that far, but I'll probably find somewhere that's meets in the middle. All right, Tamer, got it, man.
Tamer.
No, Tamer.
Oh.
Yeah, I said Tamer or like Lion Tamer. He said,
Oh.
or he or she said no, but it's Tamer with the short A. Yeah. Like I said, I'm trying to get to know all you guys' names. So if you guys have difficult names, just pull out some flashcards for me, okay? I didn't do the best in English class.
And then tomorrow when we start our bootcamp class, turn those cameras on. I want to see those bright and shiny faces. It'd be nice if you guys keep the cameras on. That way I can kind of look at the audience and see the reactions, right? See if you guys are soaking up the information. If I see a bunch of looks like you're puzzled, and I know to keep talking. But if I see a bunch of looks like you guys are getting bored, then I know that you guys are soaking the information and you're ready for the next step, right? The boot camp, although it is structured, it is going to be paced according to the students, right? I don't want to leave anybody behind just because we have a schedule, right? We do have to get done with it within the week, but because it is summertime, my kids are home, and so I do have a little bit of free time that I can stay in the class a little bit longer if need be, if people are not really getting it in. Mine is easy.
And guys,
people call me asshole.
And don't forget, guys, we're also gonna have like refresher classes, okay? So if you guys didn't catch all the info from the TPO bootcamp class during the week, if you guys are watching the replays and still can't get it, we'll have like a day or two a week that we'll set aside for an hour. We'll maybe do it in the Discord or we'll do it on YouTube, who knows, or on Twitch or something like that. And you guys can come in, we'll review stuff. You guys can ask us questions and stuff like that. So we'll have like a refresher review class like once or twice a week once we start getting the schedule down. And only one person here, Clay, gets to be the asshole, and that's me.
Mm-hmm. VWAP's at 7. Yeah, let's see how this goes.
Hey, Eduardo, what's up, man? Hey, guys, real quick, too. Hold on, let me see here.
It wasn't a contest, Eduardo. It was just someone canceled it, and then it was
Yeah.
someone just moved it on. Oh, I got an invite to a server called Clutch Capital Trades. Anyone in that server?
Clutch Trades?
Clutch Capital Trades? Ever heard of
No,
it?
I've never heard of that.
All right, but that's gonna do it for me. I think we will start the stream at 6 or 6:30 tomorrow, depending upon what time we get rolling. We would like to get everybody in there.
What time we stream tomorrow morning?
6 or 6:30.
So 6:30. And then TPO Bootcamp is at
noon.
12 o'clock your time, right? Okay,
Yeah.
just making sure time. Okay. No, thank you guys. Thanks, Skotsky. Thanks, Eduardo, Clay, Tamer, Progressive Martian, Long and Short, JJ, Crypto Hustle, Chappies, Greg Chavez, Jingles, Byron, Island Dan. I don't know if I said Jingles, but Jingles again. Steve Mason, Crypto Chemist. Who else we got on here? I know Anthony Flores in here earlier. Otto, Frito, 897 Studios, Emily or Monica. Let's see here. Gray Wonder, Eric Smith, Pablo. To the new people, I think we had was it Reggio, and got Graham, got Luis, got Chayton, Sally. Let's see, hopefully I didn't miss anybody, guys. Bobsy, Sally. Thank you guys so much for being here with us today. We appreciate it. We'll be doing Sunday streams on the regular like this, and we'll be doing like reviews for options, stocks, Bitcoin, and then starting on Monday. Wait, tomorrow's the new schedule, Brad.
Yeah.
So stream is at 6 o'clock tomorrow your time. Okay. I'm lost, guys. We'll have a conversation afterwards. But thank you guys for being with us. We appreciate it. If you guys are going to be in TPO Bootcamp tomorrow, hopefully you guys wake up bright and early. If you're not, if you're staying up late because you're in a different time zone, we thank you guys for being there with us. If you guys have any questions about TPO Bootcamp, please DM me. My name is 3am Trader in the Discord. If you guys want to email me, you can email help@thetradevets.com. And if you guys haven't pressed the like button, if you guys haven't pressed the subscribe button, if you guys haven't turned on post notifications, go ahead and do that, please. And check out the website if you guys want to buy the class, okay? It's thetradevets.com. We got a few more classes left for the 19th and then the 26th, okay? And guys, lock in that $50 a month live trade room class by buying the TPO July class. If not, you guys are going to be stuck with a $100 price. It'll still be worth it, though.
All right. You guys have a great night. Make sure you are managing your risk and sticking to your trade plan. Have a good day.